Hi family! Alright, I've got something very special for you guys. As many of you know, my album, The Space Between, came out in 2013. And honestly, after it came out, I wasn't really able to do much with it. I had family issues, I was moving, like it was a jumble of crazy. So I never got to do much besides the music video I made for Finally Off the Elevator. Now I'm dreaming like this every time that we kiss. You're the only one, #1 on my list. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be coming at you with this 2-part series. I'm going to go through track by track and tell you all sorts of little fun tidbits about each one and what ones are my favorite. The record's almost done. All this sort of behind the scenes stuff that I filmed or I made but never got to actually release. That record was incredible and so special to me, and I had an amazing team, and I really want to honor it by giving you a good behind the scenes look at everything. So without further ado, let's get into it. Thunder rolls and time expands. Watch the fire burn the land. Out of the ashes life began. Run from the storm, for it's close at hand. So many years I've been on the front line, fighting for their lives but never for mine. Can't you hear my scream?
Hi, my name is Jonathan Miller. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Tigard, Oregon. I love to sing. I love to dance. I also finally believe in myself. I personally think when you believe in yourself, there's nothing you can't do.
Feel the wind blow, nothing left to hold. Honestly, to this day, I think Graduation is probably my favorite song that I've ever written. There's so many hidden meanings in the lyrics, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I even find new meanings looking back on it. I will never forget showing it to my sister, and I remember her stopping the car and looking at me and saying directly in the eye, "That is the best song you have ever done." And it's totally not like her favorite style of music either. So that was a real honor. A common motif in many of my songs are astronomical objects that I'm always very inspired by. And when I wrote Graduation, it just was different. Many of you know that it appeared on my 2010 EP Rising Eon, or at least the demo did. So, fun little thing, I'm gonna show you a clip of a music video I shot for it literally 30 minutes before I had to go somewhere. I hadn't really filmed a music video in a while and I was really mad about that, and I loved this song so much. I was like, I'm gonna do something, whatever. Not my best music video, I mean this was 6 years ago, but you take a look and let me know what you think.
Everything is clear, don't need you moving on, it's graduation. I am a machine, but not a robot for your operation. Electronically, my messages are magnetic vibration. Once a pioneer, but now I'm taking off across the nation. Everything is clear, don't need you moving on, it's graduation. I am a machine, but not a robot for your operation.
It is so weird seeing that again. Obviously, from what you just saw, you can tell and understand why it was never released. No. Oh, Graduation, near and dear to my heart forever.
Biggest obstacle I've ever had to overcome actually is going on right now. Last night I found out that my parents are filing for divorce.
So, that clip you just saw was actually an old audition video for the show Glee, which I was totally obsessed with back then. And my mom and my friends and we would all just like watch it and text each other like every time it aired. Oh my gosh, such a good show. Anyway, Infinity is actually about, I wrote it after I knew my parents were filing for divorce, and I was mad. I wasn't really happy. I always wanted my parents to stay together. I mean, what child doesn't? It was written in August of 2012. It was actually the last song written for the record. To be honest, it was while I was listening to my mom and dad discuss over the phone some not so great moments, and I was just like, fun fact, my little rapping part was actually inspired by Hot Summer by the K-pop group f.i.v.e. I was like, I can do that. So I wrote that in, and it's definitely inspired by that, for sure. Tonight. That song was written in 2010, around the same time that Kesha came out with like We Are Who We Are. It was a bunch of pop anthems that were all about loving yourself, and I wrote it when I was working on filming a music video for If You're on the Same Level. The original title of The Space Between was Dawn, but I'll get to why I changed the title later in part 2. But anyway, Tonight was originally written for Dawn. When all of these, big anthems were coming out about loving yourself and celebrating who you are and big LGBT rights, there wasn't really a song at the time that really just said, hey, we support gay people. So that's why I wrote, if you're straight but a gay, if you're black but a gray, whatever. And then Lady Gaga came out with Born This Way, and I was like, oh, I love that song, she good, ignoring the Madonna thing. Tonight is really, really special, and it was actually going to be the 3rd single. It was actually the very first song recorded for The Space Between, and the day before I was actually really, really sick. And I was like, great, this is how my record's gonna start. I'll be like, popping on the balloon, popping on the balloon. It's just a really fun track, and I loved that it was very inspiring. So here's a little sneak peek of the demo for tonight.
Tonight we're popping all their balloons, all like the streets. The news finally free with the truth everybody sing. Tonight I'ma celebrate me, I got everything I need tonight. Celebrate tonight, celebrate tonight, celebrate, yeah, tonight. Hollywood.
Again, a song written in 2010. It actually is probably 98% unchanged from when I originally wrote it. Before I had written it, I was kind of down in the dumps over some stuff that was going on, and I wanted something that was fun. And honestly, I had never written a track that was like, Hollywood life, baby, where you just repeat the same word. And when I wrote it, I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of catchy. I think honestly it probably would have ended up being a single, because I remember my mom and I went on Hollywood Boulevard, and basically we were gonna take a whole bunch of footage, and we were actually thinking about filming a video there, so it probably would have ended up being a single, but sadly it just never came about. I think my favorite line is probably, I'm young and I'm hot and I love being on top. Hollywood life is really fun, and I really, really like it. And I would have liked to have seen it become something more and give it the single treatment if I had been able to.
Oh, 自分を傷つけるもう愛は終わりね Never gonna be what you said I was Baby nice 気づいてよね Oh
Marionette was released as the 2nd single, but everything kind of fell apart right when that was happening. I had a music video planned. We were going to film one music video, 2 different versions of it. I was going to do the English version and the Japanese version. I love doing a Japanese track. It felt so fulfilling. For those of you who are not familiar, I was practically raised Japanese and worked with a friend, Kosuke Fukumoto. My mom used to run a Japanese program, and I met him through it. Anyway, it was so magical getting to work with him. He's an incredible talent. The line, "Riaru nante nai no," was so difficult for me to get down because I was just not used to the way in which the syllables were pronounced. And I'm familiar with the Japanese language and I've been studying it for years. I'm not fluent, but I really am trying. Side note, I do want to do more Japanese language videos, so hopefully they are coming soon. Please don't hate me. But working on it was such a freaking life goal, scratch it off the bucket list thing. I'm going to be doing more Japanese language music, so hopefully that'll come in the future. Fun fact, I wrote Marionette in a hot tub. Just one random night when I was writing it, I grabbed my phone. Side note, don't put technology near water. Moment of silence for the music video that never was. Alright you guys, and that wraps up part 1. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud. Go ahead and check out my music. I would love it to hear your feedback. And I will see you next week for part 2. Mata ne!